Now, the best way to use this program is to watch the 3 sequences I'm about to show you and use them during your rest periods, before your workout, or after your workout, or even just first thing in the morning to loosen yourself up. And this is going to activate your muscles, increase your range of motion on all of your exercises, and increase the amount of calories you burn. So go ahead and watch those videos. And like I said, put them before, during, or after your workouts, or first thing in the morning, and you can start getting the results you want by adding 7% to your flexibility and burning up to 53% more calories in just one session. All right, let's get you started on this intermediate upper body weight flow. So Sylvia's gonna come down just like you guys, walk your hands out, and she's gonna bring her knees to about 3 inches above the ground. Hold this position for 1 second. So she's gonna keep the knees floating as she goes real long through the spine. She's pressing out through the shoulders, and she's gonna give me a half of a push-up. So just a little bit down, a little bit up, and then she's gonna rotate her body, pivoting on one hand and the opposite leg as she comes to that tabletop position. So essentially what she's trying to do, what you're trying to do, is rotate from that bear position, roll over and balance on one leg. And it's totally okay if you guys find yourself losing your balance at home. That's perfectly normal. This is a challenging skill to master. We wanna make sure that you move slowly and you do this with as much grace and control as possible, especially when you're getting started. So again, those knees come to about 3 inches. We try to keep them there as we rotate, and the hand stays close to the hip, and this leg comes up and to the outside. Now there is one key final point I want to cover right now on her opposite shoulder. So when she rotates towards her back, we want to make sure that this shoulder stays open the whole time. We want to make sure that that shoulder doesn't rotate inward like this. We want to make sure it opens outward like that. So Sylvia's going to do just a few more reps. We're going to do about 1 more minute of this body weight flow as she goes from side to side. Keep those knees down, stomach stays tight. Good, half push up. Roll through, one leg, opposite arm, other hand stays close to the body, and you're trying to find your balance and your control as you go from this face the ground position to where you roll over and your torso goes toward the sky. So Sylvia, let's do 2 more reps. You guys at home, let's do 2 more reps, and then we'll finish up this upper body weight flow. Beautiful. And then rotate through, half push up. Rotate through to the other side. Good. Bring your hands back on the ground, straighten the legs, walk the hands back up to the standing position, and we will see you guys at the next body weight flow. All right, let's get you started on this intermediate lower body weight flow. So for this flow, you're going to assume a squat stance. So your feet are going to be right underneath your hips, toes slightly turned outward, and you're going to squat back on your heels as you push your knees out. Don't let your knees come in. That's very important. Come down as deep as you can. Bring the arms behind you, then extend one leg at a time into this extended tabletop or reverse bridge position, and then come back up, reach the arm forward, press the knees out, press to the heels, and stand back up. So that is this flow right now. I'm gonna go through some of the details associated with this flow, and we're gonna talk about how you guys can move with more control at home. So when you stand up, you wanna reach that arm as far forward as you can. We wanna make sure those knees push out from that bottom position of the squat as we go up and down. It may be challenging at first not to let your knees knock together, but give yourself space in between your knees, because that tells us that you're properly externally rotating from the thigh and stabilizing your knee joint. So a few more things here is once we get control of this movement, you can move a little bit faster and make it more of a flow. So I'm going to ask Sylvia just to kind of speed it up a little bit, making sure her knees go out. Good. Stand it up and down, and we're going to go back and forth through this full range of motion just a couple more times. Extend the hips up. Good. And then come back forward. So let's go ahead and do 2 more. So 1 each side to finish up this lower body weight flow. Hips go up as the legs go out. Legs come in, reaches forward, knees go out, press to the heels. You'll notice she's not coming up on her toes. She's keeping her feet flat the entire time. Last one, legs out, hips up. Good. Step it out, knees out, stand up tall. And that's how we do that lower body flow. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right, let's get you started on this intermediate full body weight flow. So Sylvia's gonna bring her hands down to the ground and first come out into a downward dog position. We're gonna highlight all the details associated with it. So first things first, she's gonna do a push-up about halfway down and then back up, come down into the plank position, lift a knee, and then slowly rotate the body, open it up, bring the foot down, press back, and then push up, and then repeat. So we're gonna go alternating sides. So first time you lift your right knee, the second time you lift your left knee. So I'm gonna point out some key points of alignment here. During the push-up, we don't wanna flare the shoulders out and internally rotate them. You wanna make sure that your chest is open and you're bringing your elbows a little bit further back in the push-up. You're not opening them out super duper wide. Now again, right here, we wanna pause for a second. We wanna lift the tailbone from the head as far as possible. We wanna make sure the belly button is going towards the thighs and you're never rounding your back in that downward dog position. As always, take some time to master this motion before speeding it up. But right now we got about 1 minute left, so I'm gonna have Sylvia speed up this movement, and you guys at home are gonna speed up this movement while I go for about 1 more minute. So press back up, stretch it out, push up, good. Back down, up, push up, good. Back down, rotate, up, push up, good. She's cooking, she's doing a great job. Let's do 3 more reps, and then we're gonna call it on this one. Push up, back down, good. And you guys can adjust your hands. If you feel your hands are sliding out, you can always adjust them back, good. That's number 2. 1 more rep, push back. I can see Sylvia's shoulders are burning right now. Rotate out, you guys' shoulders are burning too. Walk it up, walk it up, walk it up. Good, come to a full standing position, and we will see you guys on the next bodyweight flow.
All right, thanks so much for watching those 3 bodyweight sequences.